Multiplayer games are always fun to play, cause instead of playing alone per se, you get to have a little bit of competition. And first and third person shooters, so to speak, have actually always been amongst the most popular multiplayer games on cell phones. In any case, today we're looking at some of the most awaited and best online shooters of 2022 for your Android and iOS devices as well. Let's go. Alright guys, now, at number 1 from a tad over a month ago, we've got over here T3 Arena, well actually one of the biggest projects revealed last month. This is a 3 vs 3 arena based battle royale shooter that's actually playable solo, but of course better if played in co-op. It's got perhaps one of the best graphics on the platform right now if we're talking something new. It's really easy to get the hang of, got a pretty nice variety of characters. It's basically Overwatch, but in a third person perspective. Check it out, this game is all the way free. Coming up behind that with only 100,000 downloads sitting on the Play Store since a couple of weeks ago only, we've got Arena Breakout Beta. This is a free-to-play tactical first-person mobile exclusive shooter featuring an open world and actually based on the idea of this deadly virus's aftermath, where you as a tactical force of a bunch of different classes just come in to save the day by healing wounds and killing maniacs. Check it out, this game is also all the way free and very, very fine-tuned in nature. At number 3, we've got over here, well, first off, this has been a long time coming, in fact since early 2020, another battle royale game described by developers as a behind-the-shoulder shooter that initially launched on PCs, consoles, and the Nintendo Switch a little while ago. Not really much to talk about over here except Rogue Company Elite's trailer kind of speaks for itself. The game is available on its official website, do make sure to check out the link in the description. To go with it, it's holding a beta right now and the full game releasing very soon.
It's a time for everything.
From the acclaimed Tom Clancy's series, we've got over here from just over a week ago Rainbow Six Mobile, a competitive multiplayer first-person shooter in which you will have the option to once again compete in Rainbow Six's classic attack versus defense game modes, where you see, get to play as either an attacker or defender in 5 vs 5 close quarter combat matches. Check it out, this might actually just be the ultimate game today, except it is still in its beta phase. Now, at number 5, we've got EA Mobile itself, one and only Battlefield, which is another free-to-play first-person shooter, specifically made for Battlefield veterans, as it features a lot of familiar components and gameplay mechanics of the series, albeit with a different set of customization options and aesthetic. Some new modes, of course, new weapons, new characters as well, and only one problem. The game is at the moment supporting only a slew of devices, and it is pretty early since its release. Coming up behind that from earlier this year, I've actually been waiting for the right moment to talk about this one for a while. We've got over here an online-offline voxel-based tactical shooter going by the name Pulley, with over 1 million downloads on the Play Store and actually the highest rated game in today's list. In my opinion, probably what you'd get by mixing Battlefield and Minecraft. The game is very fun to play. The whole quality of the experience, be it the sound, gameplay, and the graphics, is in my opinion a 10 out of 10. Check it out in case you missed it. number 7, we've got over here, first and foremost, by NetEase, one of the greatest mobile game developers out there right now since the beginning of the year, a realistic warfare survival first-person shooter from August this year, sitting on the Play Store with over 1 million downloads ever since, going by the name Front Lite. This is a somewhat sort of Tarkovy competitive shooter, said it before, with some really good graphics, as you could probably tell, smoother gameplay, super smooth gameplay, in fact, a lot of maps and content for free to just spend your time with. Be careful with this one, this game is addictive.
Trust your teammates, they'll trust you.
Coming up at number 8 with over 2 million downloads since only June this year, we've got over here Hyperfront Light, a legitimately fine-tuned 5 vs 5 first-person shooter, basically tactical shooter, that at first glance you might think, well, it might as well just be a ripoff of the old Valorant. However, it actually only plays like Valorant, albeit with a very unique taste of its own, and a very different character base as well, and also design. Check it out, game's literally bug-free and quite stunning in its graphics.
Round win. Time to stop, you guys. We're on the same side for now. I detect suppressing.
Strategy is everything in warfare. I suck for Pulley.
Round surrender to the cold.
At number 9 from April this year, we've got over here, and I've actually mentioned this one before, Fire Reborn, which is basically an adventure level-based first-person shooter with roguelite and RPG elements. It's technically Borderlands and on your phones with a randomly generated encounter system, a good depth, and, well, actually no story. However, you probably wouldn't find a better level-based first-person shooter on the Play Store right now. Check it out. Game is actually halfway a tactical first-person shooter, and it is playable both online and offline. Mainly, though, offline. So keep it in mind. Moving on, once again, we've got Skyfall Chases. This is, for those of you who missed it, a first-person shooter, battle royale, pretty much inspired by Apex Legends, albeit a bit more mission-based, where your main goal is to just collect these resources in matches of up to 10 minutes and save a base. Game is free, it's literally bug-free at the moment, as it's been out there for a couple of months now, and this is actually how it really looks. At number 11, as an honorable mention though, since this game is still in its beta phase, like a couple of other games earlier, actually since June though, we've got over here Dead 4 Returns. This is a multiplayer co-op shooter, story-based game, and one that is actually made with Unreal Engine 5. This game's been through a couple of betas ever since reveal. It's set to be released in its full by the end of the month, and this is actual gameplay. If you are inquiring anymore, you can go ahead and use the links down in the description. There's one on the TapTap, and there is one that you can play the game offline on an unofficial website. So keep it in mind. Moving on, we have the Undisputables. This is another competitive online multiplayer but third-person shooter, kind of halfway inspired by Borderlands in graphics, but then quite a bit styled like a battle royale game. Well, Fortnite to be specific. The only difference though is that you do take on different type of characters each time, and based on their skill sets you go about on a whole different strategy. Check it out, game's free, very smooth, and got a ton of different mods to choose from. And last but not least, we've got over here from roughly the same time, only last year, this is the only game that's been released not inside 2022, something called Modern, which is downloaded over 1 million times ever since, with fairly positive review scores compared to any other game in today's list. This is also a tactical first-person shooter at its core, an online multiplayer with actually one of the best gameplay mechanics on the whole platform right now. It is smooth, takes you less than a gigabyte of space, and it is all the way free. Do make sure to check this one out in case you missed it.